Good evening, students. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Uh, I hope that you all are well and safe at your home and your family also. Uh, as you all know, that we have started our online classes regarding the syllabus of class 9 and class 10. Last time in the class 9 syllabus, we have discussed the first chapter of history, the French Revolution, and I've completed it into two parts. Okay, the French Revolution. Okay, let's discuss our next chapter of class 9 syllabus, the first chapter of political science. What is democracy and why democracy? Okay, so first of all, we have to understand the meaning of democracy. Okay, basically from class 6th onwards, you have studied about democracy. Basically in class 8th and class 7, you have also read about democracy. Democracy is the government. What is democracy? So democracy is the term which say that the rule of people. Okay, democracy is made by two words, demos plus cracy. Demos means people and cracy means rule. That means the rule of people is known as democracy. There is a very famous statement or a quote given by the 16th president of the United States of America, Abraham Lincoln. He said about democracy that democracy is the government which is for the people, by the people, and to the people. Okay, there are many definitions regarding democracy have been given by all the thinkers and the philosophers who studied over democracy. Okay, so let's discuss our first chapter, what is democracy and why democracy. So first of all, we have to know about the meaning of democracy. As I told earlier, that democracy is the system of government in which people choose their representatives directly or indirectly. Basically, if we talk about democracy, then democracy is of two types. Democracy is of two types. The first democracy is direct democracy and the another one is indirect democracy. Direct democracy is the democracy in which peoples elected their representative directly through their vote. Okay, direct democracy is the democracy. Direct democracy is the democracy in which peoples directly rule the country. Okay, and on the contrasting factor, if we look in the what indirect democracy, then we can say that indirect democracy is the democracy in which peoples choose their representative directly. Okay, so that is the definition of democracy. So that means at the concluding factor, what democracy is the government, a system of government in which peoples elected their representative or people choose their rulers to rule upon them. Okay, so that is the definition of democracy. Now we discuss about the features of democracy. So there are four major features of democracy. The first feature is the first feature of democracy is the government must be consented or works according to the wish and the will of the people. Okay, wish and the will of the people means that the government in any democratic country works according to the wish and will of the people. That means they work according to the demands raised by the people in a particular country so that they can made their they can give privilege to their demands. Okay, so basically, I told earlier, that democracy is the system of government which is in which rulers elected their in which people elected their representatives. So the first feature of democracy is in which rulers or the government of any democratic country works according to the demands, wish and will of the people. Okay, so that is the first feature of democracy. And if we talk about example of democracy, in which we see that in India, the government is based on the wish and will of the people. They made certain laws, they made certain rules and regulation for the country, and these all rules and regulation are made by the government, and they must be given ratification. They must be given. They must be given. These laws are must be accordance with the demands of the citizen. Okay, so in India, all the rules and regulation are made by the government, and these rules and regulation are according to the wish and will of the people, and mostly the democratic country follow this tradition. Okay, if we take one example of our neighboring country Pakistan, then we can say that it is a democratic country, but in that country rulers are under the supervision of the armed forces of that country. They are under control of their army. Okay, so we can say that in Pakistan they don't act according to the wish and the will of the people. Why? Because they must act according to the wish of the army. Okay, our country, the civilian government controls the army, but in Pakistan the army control the civilian government of Pakistan. So that is the difference between the Indian politics and the Pakistani politics. Okay, simply. Okay, so in Pakistan in 2004, in 19 if we talk about the example of Pakistan in 1999, when Kargil war end as the defeat for Pakistan, then the Pervez Musharraf, the military general or army chief of Pakistan, uh, took over the they made a cop of the army cop and took the charge of the president and took the hold took over their hold upon the whole country. Okay, and due to that in 2004 he passed a law named as National Legal Framework, in which he got the right to suspend all the national and state assemblies. Okay, and Pakistani government is also under the supervision of the armed forces of Pakistan. Okay, so that is the example of Pakistan, which show that in most of the country follow according to the wish and the will of the people, but in many countries there is also an example which show that they don't act according to the wish and the will of the people. So clearly the first feature of democracy is the government must act according to the wish and the will of the people. The second feature of democratic government is what? That is free and fair elections. Free and fair election means, it means that in a democratic country the elections must be held free and fair by the election commission of that country. That means that in that countries, in mostly the democratic countries, election are free and fair, means there is no partiality in the election. Okay, there is an independent election commission appointed by the government so that they can independently conduct the election in a impartial way. Okay, so there is no partiality during the elections. Okay, but that is one. There are certain examples which show that in most of some countries they don't follow this principle of free fair election. Okay, so I can give you example of Mexico. Mexico is a country which is located or situated in the North American continent. Okay, and it is a neighbor of United States of America. Okay, in Mexico was independent in 1930. After independence, a party named PRI. What? PRI. PRI means Institutional Revolutionary Party. This party, after independence, this party ruled over Mexico for about 70 years. Means 1930 to 2000. Okay, this party was alleged that इस पार्टी के ऊपर आरोप लगाए गए. What? इस पार्टी के ऊपर this party was alleged that this party won every election by counterfeiting the vote system. Means ये पार्टी क्या करती थी, वहाँ पे अदला बदली करती थी, वोटों को क्या करती थी, आगे पीछे करती थी. ठीक है, मीन्स वहाँ पे क्या करती थी, धांधली करती थी. There was no free and fair election in Mexico. Okay, and the basically in that country Mexico, the government's propaganda is done by the teachers also. When PTM when parents came in the meeting to meet the teachers, then the teachers told the parents to give vote to a particular party that called PRI. Means the propaganda of the PRI is totally totalitarian propaganda so that they can control over Mexico, and no other political party was allowed to contest an election. Basically in that country there are many political parties who contest election, but by somehow they able to get won the election by any tricks and complexion. They always try to won the election. Okay, so that is the example of Mexico. We show that in some countries there is no certainty of free and fair election. Okay, the third feature of a democratic government is one person, one vote, and one value. That is the principle of, and that is also known as universal adult franchise. Universal adult franchise. Okay, so that means that in a democratic country, all the peoples are equal, and all the person have the right to give vote, and the value of his vote is equal. Okay, so in this topic we have seen that, or the third feature of democracy is one person, one vote, one value. Means in a democratic country every person has the right to give vote, and the value of that vote is equal to other person irrespective of their caste, religion or language or etc. ओके, मीन्स वहां पर हर पर्सन का एक वोट होता है और एक वैल्यू होता है. बट इफ वी सी दिस थिंग ऑन द अदर कंट्रीज, तो वी कैन से दैट there are some countries who don't follow this principle. Okay, in if we talk about the country of Fiji, okay, in Fiji, basically in Fiji एक country जिसमें क्या होता है आपका, the value of a Fiji person is more than the value of Indian Fijian who are residing there. Okay, there is one more example of Estonia. Estonia person have 2 votes, and the other minorities who are residing there in Estonia have single vote. So that also contradict the term of one person, one vote, and one value. Okay, next, the last feature of democracy is rule of law. Okay, the last principle of democratic election is rule of law. Okay, rule of law means in a democratic country a government must be run by the constitution. Okay, basically if we talk about a democratic country, must be guided, must be controlled by the constitution. The powers and all the things are given by the constitution of that country. But if we see the some countries, they were hold over the constitution and change the constitution in their own way. Like if we talk about the example of if we take the example of Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe was independent in 1980 by the British colonialism. After independence, okay, the Robert Mugabe government, there was a party named JANU PF. Okay, and their leader was Robert Mugabe. Robert Mugabe was the leader of JANU PF, and they hold over the country. Okay, they ruled over the country in a dictator way. Okay, in a dictatorial way. Okay, they change over the course of the election. Okay, they use the tricks to win the election. Okay, they change the constitution to please their own way. Okay, they extend the term of the president. They also made himself the president for life. Okay, मीन्स उन्होंने खुद को पूरे जीवन भर के लिए आपका संविधान बना दिया था, संविधान चेंज कर दिया था. ही increase the powers of the president. So he changes the constitution, he changes the laws and the rules and regulations of the constitution who are made by the peoples or the constituent assembly. Okay, so that is the last feature of democracy. Okay, so we have read till now the 4 features of democracy. The first feature of democracy is the government is act according to the wish and the will of the people. The next is free and fair election. The third feature is what? The third feature is one person, one vote, and one value. And the last feature of a democratic government is rule of law and respect for rights. Okay, so there are 4 features of a democratic government. In the next video of this chapter, we will discuss about the merits and demerits of a democratic government. Okay, so thank you for watching me, and I hope that you will understand all the concepts of this chapter. And if you have any doubt regarding that any topic, then you can call me, message me in my inbox or in my phone. Thank you for watching me.